Welcome back, guys. It's Thomas, and we are looking at one more DC Multiverse action figure from Mcfarlane. And today it is Aquaman, and this is my favorite look of Aquaman because this is actually when he started to look cool. Now, hopefully I didn't offend anybody if there's some big Aquaman fans out there, but you know, he's always kind of had that green spandex, orange shirt look. It was kind of goofy. To me, this was the coolest look of Aquaman, where he actually started looking like a badass. And I'm very selective with my Mcfarlane purchases, but I had to have this one because it does go in line with replacing all of my childhood figures that I had from DC. And this one fits the bill because I did have one Aquaman growing up and it looked exactly like this. I'll show it at the end. I did discuss it in my previous video, which no one saw, but that's okay. We'll show it off at the end so you know what I'm talking about. So enough talking, let's take a closer look at this figure. And I must say, I am pretty excited. So he doesn't come with much, but that's okay. He does come with the two arms from Plastic Man if you're looking to build that figure. And he does come with a trading card and a foot base. So no particular artwork for Aquaman on the back, just the Plastic Man. But you do see on the cards below, you do have Aquaman, Batman, and then the John Stewart and Superman. I didn't get any of those. I did get the blue and white Superman though. But let's get this guy out of the box. Alright, out of the box, he's looking pretty cool. I love the bearded look. He has that really rugged fisherman look, which I always thought was super awesome. He has that great detail on the armor and the straps that goes all the way to the back, and this is very reminiscent of his look in about the mid-90s until I think he did appear like this in the Justice League of America cartoon. Not sure. I don't think he had the hook hand, but I could be wrong. But I always thought that was a super awesome aspect of his design. He has that great gold metallic paint on the belt, and then going down to his pants, he does have a nice design with the metallic green. There is a hit of that scale, but I do wish they put it all the way down. I don't know why they only put it on his upper thigh, and then he has the fin on the back of his knee. So aesthetically, this figure has everything I want. Didn't really come with many accessories, the figure stand, the trading card, and then he does, like I mentioned before, come with those two arms that go to the Plastic Man wave. I'm probably going to post the torso that I have and the arms on eBay because I don't really need them. Taking a look at some of the articulation for this figure, he does have some limitations, but nothing too terrible. Because of the hair, you're not going to be able to get his head all the way back, but you can lean it forward pretty much all the way. And he does have some nice wingspan with his arms out, and that butterfly joint really helps that out. Something I'm really starting to like about Mcfarlane figures. I didn't like it at first, but I'm starting to like it now. And just playing with the figure, everything seems to be moving pretty well. He has that hinge at the shoulder, bicep swivel, he has a double elbow, and he has that ball joint at the wrist, which is still not my favorite with Mcfarlane figures, but some of them, it's really not all that noticeable, so not such a big deal. And Aquaman's torso moves pretty well back and forward. My Green Lantern couldn't move forward for anything, so maybe it's just the way that certain figures are made, but his leg can go about that far with the diaper, and you can split them pretty well. I do feel like that's always pretty good with the Mcfarlane figures. Movement in the leg is fine. You have the double jointed knees, however that fin on the back of his knee is not going to allow you to bring that leg all the way up, but that's more because of the design. If that fin wasn't there, you'd be able to get it. Then you do have the ball joint at the ankle, some ankle pivot, and then you do get that toe articulation. Something else that's kind of neat is that the hook actually spins. So if you wanted the hook facing a particular position, then you could just go ahead and turn that. I do wish Aquaman came with at least one grip hand, but then also an open hand for some swimming poses. But I guess it's alright that he only comes with a fist. He really didn't come with any accessories, but if he would have at least came with a trident, then yeah, I probably would have wanted at least a grip hand. And here's the whole reason that I wanted this figure is because it is to replace my 90s Total Justice Aquaman. This is one of my favorite toy lines ever made. I only had a few, but I always wanted more. I saw the designs of the other figures and thought they were fantastic, but this is the Aquaman that I grew up playing with. And now to have a fully articulated version that has the same aesthetic is perfect for me. And if someone could correct me in the comments, I don't think that there was another Aquaman figure between Superpowers and this Total Justice figure. So I think this was really my first introduction to this Aquaman because I never had the superpowers one. But you can see the designs are very similar, maybe the colors are a little different, but the new Mcfarlane figure definitely captures the essence of why I wanted this figure. So definitely loving the look of this one and super excited to get him on the shelf. And here you can see some of the Total Justice figures that I've actually replaced. Robin, I don't know if he was part of the Total Justice line, but a continuation of Total Justice was the JSA figures. And I love those. I know that there was an Impulse, a Superboy. Never had those, but this Robin was my favorite Robin until we've gotten a replacement for Mcfarlane. I still want to see a company do it better. I would love if Mcfarlane either redid it or Mafex gave us the Tim Drake 90s Robin. I think that'd be perfect. So in this shot, you can see I've replaced my Kyle Rayner for my Green Lantern, my Tim Drake for my Robin, and now I have a new replacement for Aquaman. And you can see the aesthetics are very similar on each of these. So even back then in the 90s, they were at least making figures that were pretty accurate to the comics at the time. And I think that was the first time I've seen that, which is why when I was a kid, I really jumped on these figures. There were some of the ones that I didn't have growing up, like I didn't have an actual Batman or Superman from this line, but I had Flash and Green Arrow, and these are some that I'd really like to replace soon. I know we've gotten a bunch of Flashes, but I've either missed the mark on those or the looks were just a little off from what I wanted. But this was a great figure in that almost running pose. Always loved it. Really bulky, beefy body. And then this younger looking Green Arrow, we've gotten tons of Green Arrow, but for the Robin comics that I used to read growing up, he was always partnered with this kind of younger version of Green Arrow, and I don't think we've seen him yet. That's it, guys. Just a quick episode to show off this Aquaman and why I love these figures so much. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I got a live stream coming on in about an hour and a half, or I'm not sure whenever I post this video. Either way, I'm going to be discussing with my friend Victor over from his channel, Gen Experience. We're going to be debating on which era of G.I. Joe is the best. And I, of course, am going to stick with my millennial time frame of my favorite G.I. Joes. So hopefully we catch you there. And until the next episode, folks, we'll catch you next time.